Welcome to another episode of Taylor May's Kingdom. You know, in my last episode, we talked about love. And this time, I decided that on this episode, we should go deeper and talk about emotional loneliness. You know, we all might get lonely now and then in our daily lives, because I know I do. You know, some of us might experience it more than others. So I just want to share some stuff with you that I hope will help anybody struggling with feeling alone. Because feeling alone sucks. And people often think that loneliness and being alone are the same thing. They're not. You can be by yourself and have a good time, such as like laying down to read your favorite book, or like playing a musical instrument by yourself. Loneliness is a feeling inside compared to just being alone without someone around. And this emptiness can be caused by having a limited social network, you know, with maybe not many close family members or even friends to talk to and spend time with. But there's a second kind of loneliness that's often overlooked, and that is emotional loneliness. So let me tell you about it. Emotional loneliness is explained by the lack of deep, nurturing relationships with people. If that feeling when you really want to talk to someone, but there's just nobody you can call in the middle of the night. I've had those times. You also may experience emotional loneliness when you lose someone you love or even go through a divorce. The question is, how do you deal with that feeling inside? You know, I wish I could tell you the answers, but I can only give you answers from my own experience. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 1. Learn to clearly communicate. This goes with making sure you've given your caring family and friends a chance to clearly understand how you're feeling. Maybe you've only been hinting about your problems, but not so clearly that your loved ones didn't grasp what you were really trying to tell them. Or perhaps you thought venting was a way to communicate how you're feeling, instead of actually sharing your problems to be clearly understood. To stop feeling so lonely, work on ways to communicate better. Putting your bottled up feelings into words will lessen your anger and sadness. You know, all you have to do is choose a person you trust that you know will listen to you. Pull them to the side at an appropriate minute where they can have full focus on you. And then let them know it's important and that you're really struggling with something. You have to be clear up front with anybody to get them to understand right away. Here's a way you can start by letting them know how you're feeling. You know, you can start by saying, "Don't worry, I'm not trying to throw my problems on you, but I would love that you be able to lend an ear to hear what I've been having a hard time and to get off, my chest." Now, most likely, they'll probably be concerned and want to hear what's going on. But just remember one thing: if your conversation doesn't turn out as you've hoped, do not get discouraged. Sometimes things take time to sink in. It's just one person, not the entire world. There's always someone who cares and gets it. Okay, now for number 2. Okay, just find the people that understand you. You know, you may think that nobody understands you, because there's times where I felt like nobody understood me. But somewhere in the world, there are others who are struggling with their chronic illness, mental health, sexual orientation, or beliefs just like you. You're not alone. I recommend, if you feel this way, to try to access a support group. You can ask around or Google different kind of support groups and build your own support group who understands you. You know, there's so many people in support groups that you'll be blown away that can relate to how you're feeling. But also, please be mindful about who you share your personal confidential details with, especially online. You can't always trust everyone online. I just really wanted to add that part. Okay, so now on to number 3. Express yourself in a different way. A lot of people have a hard time explaining how they feel in conversations. I know I do with that. Anyways, which should never stop you from expressing your emotions. Let's take writing, for example. That gives you time to gather and compose your thoughts, while painting a picture helps you capture feelings you can't, put into words. You could also make a playlist that reflects what you're going through and your process. And it will help you process your sadness through your songs. I loved using songs to process my feelings. So give it a try. I promise you will see a difference in your life. And when you're struggling with emotional loneliness, you can always turn to books, movies, and music. Some of the most beautiful works of art have come from heartache and suffering, showing you are not alone. Being creative, expressing yourself can help release emotions that you don't want. And now I'm going to talk about number 4. So watch your type of self-talk. It's important to pay attention to your internal dialogue. In your mind, you keep going over all the times that people have let you down, or how lonely you are, and that you only make you feel worse. You don't have to ignore your sadness, but watch out for creating automatic negative thinking patterns. Don't overgeneralize. When one person makes insensitive remarks, that doesn't mean that nobody understands you. Also, don't take everything personally. Most of the time, people's choices have little to do with you and more of, lack of time, money, and energy. Finally, don't compare your life to others. What you see on Instagram is a highlight reel, not the full picture. If social media plays with your mind, do yourself a favor and stop going on social media. Social media can be a mental destroyer, and it's my number one thing I hate about social media. So anyways, distract your mind with positive things. These are, I'm telling you about these things that I've learned. These are my experiences, and this is the advice that I am giving. But please do not give up. You're not alone. Don't let the loneliness overpower your life. Well, this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my talk. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. But if you don't like the video, please give me the thumbs down so I can improve better next time. And please hit that subscribe button. Also, comment below anything you want me to talk about. I do look at my comments. And that's it for this episode. See you next time. Bye!